Hello, welcome to the National Literacy Agency online storytelling program. Today I have a story from India for you, and the title of this story is The Two Birds. So it is story time. You look and you listen. Well done. Once upon a time there was a female bird, and together with her male bird, she was looking for the perfect spot to build her nest. They had been looking for a spot for the whole day, but the male, he was complaining all the time. Then the female bird saw a hole in the rocks, and she said, "Why, this is a very safe place to build our nest. It is safe from the wind, it is close to the sea, but yet it is very safe." The male bird looked down at the hole in the rocks. "Do you mean to say we're going to have our nest in there?" "Yes, it is very safe," said the female. No, my dear. You do not understand. When our eggs are hatched, I want my little ones to feel the cold, wet sand under their feet. I want them to breathe in the fresh, salty sea air. This will not do." And he went down on the beach with a thud. He started digging in the sand and then said, Now this is the perfect spot for our nest." The female bird was not too happy. "But it is so close to the sea. It is not safe." "Not safe? Do you think I would let anything happen to you or to our eggs while I'm around? No, I will protect you. Nothing will happen. This is where we will build our nest." And he puffed his chest. He looked at the other birds as if he wanted to fight everyone. And the female bird just gave up, and she decided that she was going to sit there on the eggs, caring for the little eggs. One day, the sea was getting rough. The wind was blowing hard, and the sea was getting closer and closer to the nest. And the male bird just went to the sea and he shouted, Don't you dare get any closer to our nest." But the sea was getting rough and more rough and more rough, closer and closer and closer, until a big wave came ashore. The female and the male bird flew away just in time. But when the wave drew back to the sea, the eggs were taken away, and there they were at the bottom of the ocean. Female bird was very sad. Male bird felt miserable. He didn't listen to female, and he said, "My dear, I will do everything to bring our eggs back." And he went to the land of the many different birds, and he called out, "My friends, my birds, listen to me. We had our nest dug in the sand. We did nothing to the sea. But the sea took away our eggs, and our eggs are now at the bottom of the ocean. How can we bring them back?" And the birds just looked at him and they said, "But we are such tiny creatures. What can we do against the mighty sea?" But the male bird would not give up. And he said, "I will have to look for the god of the birds. Garuda! Garuda will help me. Garuda will help me for sure." And all the birds flew with him until they met Garuda. And male bird said, "Garuda, we had our nest built in the sand. We did nothing to the sea, but the sea took away our eggs, and our eggs are now at the bottom of the sea, at the bottom of the ocean. How can we get them back?" And Garuda looked at the male bird, and he said, "My friend, we are such tiny creatures. What can we do to the mighty sea? But I am the god of birds. I will have to do everything, anything to help you. Let us all fly together and talk to the sea." And so Garuda and all the other birds and male bird flew to the sea. And Garuda stopped on the rock that was very close to the sea. And in a very gentle voice he said, "Mighty, mighty sea, mighty, mighty, beautiful sea. My friends had their eggs buried in the sand. They say that did nothing to you, yet you washed the eggs down to the ocean. Please, please give them back their eggs." That was very humble of Garuda. The sea was calm, and then something magnificent happened. There was a huge, huge wave, but it seemed very gentle, and the wave was coming towards the beach, and just like a pair of gentle hands, it put down the eggs on the sand and drew back to the sea, and the sea was calm again. All the birds were so happy, and they all sang songs of joy, of thanksgiving. They flapped and flapped their wings. And Garuda just put his head down, flapped the wings, and thanked the sea. The male bird went to look for his female. "Come, come, my love, I have brought you back our eggs." And the female bird sat down on the eggs again. She looked at Garuda and she thanked Garuda. She thanked all the other birds. "Thank you, birds. You have flown with Garuda and with male bird to bring back the eggs. Thank you so much." She did thank the male bird because he tried very hard and did everything in his power to find the god of the birds, Garuda. When the eggs were hatched, the little ones could feel the wet, cold sand, just as the male bird wished their father. They could breathe in the salty, fresh air of the sea, just as their father wished. "Next time," said the female bird, "we will build the nest where I tell you." "Yes." And with his head down, male bird said, "Yes, we will." So that is the end of our story today. It was very good of Garuda to be kind and humble, to use a gentle voice and ask the sea with kindness to return the eggs back. It was good of the birds to teach the male bird that they are tiny creatures who can do anything against such mighty sea. So that is the learning of the story. Until the next story, bye bye for now.